In this video, I will be using DISM and PowerShell to automate Windows updates after Windows installation. I'm starting this video from a GitHub page, and that's because there are a few bits of information here that I will be using for this video, and I will leave the URL in the description down below. And first I want to show you my starting point, and for that I will go to my downloads folder. Because in here I have the install.wim file, the Windows image file that I will be modifying in this video, and also the provisioning folder. Inside of the provisioning folder, I have setup.exe, the installation file for VMware tools. And the reason for that is that after modifying the Windows image, I will show you how it works in VMware Workstation. And to demonstrate everything in full screen, first I need to install VMware tools. And then I also have the Windows installation USB drive. Inside of it, there is a autonaten.xml file that is responsible for installing Windows without any user interactions. And currently this USB drive is missing the Windows image itself, because I will be using the image that I have here in my downloads folder after I make all the modifications. And if you want to know more about my setup, there is a video here in the GitHub page that will explain on how to prepare the USB drive and also how to get the install.wim file, the Windows image file that I will be modifying in this video. Anyways, like I said, the main objective of this video is to automate Windows updates after Windows installation. And to achieve this, I will be modifying run once inside of the Windows image to execute a PowerShell script desktop-updates ps1. And this script will be responsible for a few minor configurations and also executing Windows updates. And first, the script will install VMware tools. Like I said, the reason for that is that I will be demonstrating how the image works in VMware Workstation, and to demonstrate everything in full screen, first I need to install the VMware tools package. But this step is optional. If you don't plan to use the image inside of VMware Workstation, you can remove it from the script. After that, it will wait for the internet connection, because we need internet connection for installing Windows updates. Then it will also disable sleep for the monitor and computer, because I don't want my virtual machine to go to sleep during my demonstration. And then it will install PS Windows Update PowerShell module and also all the prerequisites for it. And then using PS Windows Update module, I will be downloading and installing Windows updates. And after installing the first batch of updates, the script will check if the computer needs a restart. And if the computer needs a restart, it will once again configure a run once to execute the same script. And the reason for that is that after installing the first batch of updates and restarting the computer, there is a good chance that there is more updates to install. And so the script will run multiple times until there are no updates that after installation requires a computer restart. And when running for the second time, it will skip all the unnecessary steps like installing VMware tools, disabling sleep, or preparing PS Windows Update module. And that's basically it. Now before I can start modifying the Windows image, I need to download the PowerShell script desktop-updates ps1 that I have here in the GitHub page. So I will open it. As you can see, this is a very simple PowerShell script. The first part right here is for VMware tools installation. Like I said, if you don't plan to use the image inside of VMware Workstation, you can remove this snippet. And after VMware tools installation, the script will wait for the internet connection. After the internet connection is detected, we have the snippet that is responsible for configuring all the prerequisites for the PS Windows Update module and also configuring the power settings. And after installing all the prerequisites, the script will check for Windows updates. And if it finds Windows updates, it will install them. And after installing them, it will check if the computer requires a reboot. And if the computer requires a reboot, it will execute this part right here that will once again configure a run once to execute the same script. And also restart the computer. And if the restart is not required after installing updates, it will just write all done and pause the command line. And that's basically it. Now to download the script, I will click on the button right here. Then I will close this window and go back to my downloads folder. Because in here we need to move the desktop-updates ps1 script to the provisioning folder. And this folder is very important because all the files that we have in the provisioning folder will be moved to the Windows image. And now to modify the Windows image, I will go back to my GitHub page. Because here I have a PowerShell script that I will be using to perform the modifications. And for this script to work, we need to provide a few bits of information. So first we need to provide the image name, and the reason for that is that this single install.wim file has multiple images inside of it, and we need to specify which one we want to modify. And as you can see in this video, I will be modifying Windows 11 Pro. Next, we need to provide the location where we have our install.wim file. And as you can see, I have it in my downloads folder, and my downloads folder is in my Q drive. And then we need to provide the location where we want to mount the image. And that's because before we can make any modifications, first we need to mount the image on our hard drive. And then we need to provide the output location. The reason for the output location is that, as you can see, the install.wim file is a very big file that we cannot move to the USB drive because of the size. And so the script that I will be using will not only modify the image, but it will also split the install.wim file into multiple files that we will be able to use inside of the USB drive. And then we also need to provide the location where we have the provisioning folder. And like I said, everything that we have inside of it will be moved to the Windows image. And that's basically all the information that we need to provide for the script to modify the image. And now I will try to quickly explain all the steps that this script will perform. So first it will create the mounting directory that we provided here, because for mounting the image, the directory needs to be existing. So if the directory does not exist, it will just create it. Then after creating the mounting directory, it will mount the Windows image inside of that directory. Then after mounting the image, it will create a provisioning folder inside of the image. And after creating the provisioning folder, the script will move all the files that we have in the folder that we provided as our provisioning folder on our hard drive. It will copy all the files from here to the provisioning folder that was created in the Windows image. And this right here is the snippet that is responsible for copying the files. And after copying all the files, the script will load Windows image registry file into our registry. And the reason for that is that we need to load that file into our registry for us to be able to modify it. And after loading the registry file, the script will configure a run once to execute the PowerShell script desktop-updates ps1 inside of the loaded Windows registry file. And that's basically it. After the registry entry is created for the run once, all the modifications are done. So the script will unload the registry file that belongs to the Windows image, and then it will dismount the image itself. And then it will create the output directory that we provided, and after that it will split the Windows image file into multiple files so that we can use it inside of the USB drive. And that's basically it. If you want to know more about this script, you can check out the video that I have here, and it's called Adding Chocolatey Software Installation to the Windows Image. And in that video, instead of automating Windows updates, I'm automating software installation using Chocolatey. But I'm using the same script for the image modification. And in the end of that video, I'm executing this PowerShell script snippet by snippet to demonstrate and explain all the actions that it is performing in more detail. Anyways, now to execute this PowerShell script, I will click on the button right here, and then I will open a terminal window. I will run it as administrator, and then I will insert the script from the GitHub page and wait for it to execute. And as you can see, the script finished modifying the image. If I go back to my downloads folder, here we have the modified Windows image. As you can see, the size is a bit larger, but also we have the output location. If I go inside of it, we have the same image that is split into multiple files. And now I will select all the files, right click and select copy. Then I will go to my USB drive, sources folder, and I will insert the files inside of this folder. And now that I have the modified Windows image inside of my USB drive, I can use it to install Windows. And to demonstrate that, I will go to my VMware workstation. I will connect the USB drive to this virtual machine, so I will go to VM, Removable Devices, select the USB drive that I want to connect, and I will click on Connect. And now to start the Windows installation, the only thing that I need to do is to restart this virtual machine. And because, like I said, I have the autonet file inside of my USB drive, the Windows installation will execute without any user interactions, and after installing Windows, it should automatically update and restart multiple times. And now I will restart the virtual machine, and let's see if it works as expected. And as you can see, after Windows installation, the PowerShell script was executed. It installed the first batch of updates and restarted the computer. After the computer restarted, the script was executed once again, installed the last update, and because this last update does not require a reboot, we get a message saying all done. And the script stopped executing. And this means that the Windows image modification was successful. And that's basically it for this video. Like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and see you in the next one.